I want to show you something that's probably happening in your business right now, and your digital marketing reports are completely hiding it from you. Now, we generate leads for service businesses for a living, contractors, home services companies, and over the last several months, we've watched hundreds of leads come in where we can literally see the customer started in an AI tool, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, before they ever reached our client's website. Now, here's the problem. By the time that lead fills out a form or picks up the phone, most tracking systems have no idea where they actually came from. They get filed under one word, direct, as if the person just woke up one morning, knew the exact web address, and typed it in for your business. Now, we have incredible tracking in place. And a lot of our clients, as I've posted in other videos, were already able to track whether it came from ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc. But a lot of times, it's very difficult to do that. That's almost never 100% accurate with tracking at all, but especially when it comes to AI stuff. And if you're making decisions based on that direct visit or that direct lead, you're flying blind on what might be your highest quality source of business. So let me show you exactly what's going on, what it looks like in the real world, and the one habit that fixes most of it. So let's walk through the actual customer journey, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, the old way was someone has a problem, they Google it, they click a few of those blue links, they land on your website, and analytics and tracking says organic search, it's clean, and it's trackable. Now, the new way, someone opens up Claude or ChatGPT and types something in, or who are the best home remodelers near me. That's a type of search that could happen inside of one of those LLM platforms. Or should I get a home inspection before buying a new construction home? The AI gives them the answer, and it might even name your business. But here's the key part. They don't just click and bounce around. They read, they ask follow-up questions, they go deep. AI users are doing way more research before they ever even reach out. So then, when they're ready, a lot of them don't end up clicking a link at all. They just end up opening up a new tab and typing in your name or URL directly. Or they even search your brand on Google and click through. Either way, to your analytics and your lead tracking, that looks as direct or branded. The AI that actually sent them is invisible. So the customer did more homework than ever before. They arrived more convinced than ever before that they wanted to use your company, and your tracking gives the credit to nobody or even the brand. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Adam, how many people are actually doing this? Well, let me give you the numbers, because the scale is the part that surprises most people. ChatGPT alone crossed 900 million active users on a weekly basis at the start of 2026, processing somewhere around 2.5 billion prompts per day. Roughly 37% of consumers now say that they start their search with an AI tool instead of traditional search engine. And it's not just the usage, it's real traffic to real businesses. SimilarWeb found AI tools sent over 1.13 billion referral visits to the top 1,000 websites in a single month in 2025, and that number grew over 350% year over year. And this isn't slowing down, it's compounding. So if even a slice of your customers are starting their journey in AI, and the data says a third of them are, this is already affecting your business, whether you can see it or not. Here's the mechanical reason that traffic disappears. And you don't need to be a developer or a marketing guru to get it. When you click a normal link, the website you land on usually receives a little tag that says this person came from here. That tag is called the referrer. A problem, though, that persists here is a huge share of AI traffic shows up with that tag stripped off. completely gone. It shows up and it happens for a bunch of boring technical reasons: mobile AI apps that don't pass it, privacy browsers like Safari and Brave strip it, copy and paste get lost, and Google's own AI answers live inside of Google itself. So they're nearly impossible to separate out. The result is that, depending upon which study you look at, somewhere between 35 and 70% of AI referred visits get misfiled as direct, the exact same bucket as someone who typed in your URL from memory or remembers your brand. One analysis in early 2026 found over 70% of AI visits arrived with no refer at all. And even when you set up tracking correctly, which you should, it's what we do for our clients, the experts who do this all day long, including ourselves, will tell you that you typically recover maybe 50 to 75% of the real AI traffic, not all of it, which brings me to the most important part of this video. But hold that thought. First, I want to show you what this looks like in the real world. So let me go show you a real one. I'm going to show you a couple examples of clients' leads that have came in over the last couple of months, and you're able to see specifically right on this where this stuff is miscorrected or given the wrong credit to, whether that's LSA like you see here or direct. And we're seeing direct traffic climb month over month. And so you see this, and in the call transcription, you can see that somebody said, "Hey, I saw you from ChatGPT." Then they went and typed in the brand, clicked on the LSA ad, and then called in. This is another one. "Hey, how did you find out about us? Was it Google? ChatGPT. I asked the best company who would be able to help us out with a commercial roofing job," because this is a commercial roofing client. They sold that deal for $30,000. Then over here, we have a plumbing company, $2,300 ticket. "Hey, I found you on ChatGPT." This is another one. This showed up again as direct. From there, I used ChatGPT to look up some removal. Then we have Google Business Profile. "Hey, I found you from ChatGPT." This was another one. I ended up going to ChatGPT and asking. I needed somebody that was Better Business rated, Better Business certified, highly rated, and worked in my area. So this is the reality of what's happening. Now, the story you can tell yourself as the business owner is our brand is getting stronger. More people know us. And that's partly true in a lot of instances. But what happens is when we line it up against AI citations, ChatGPT, and Perplexity referrals, their branded search growth, it's pretty apparent of what's happening. That climb in direct isn't random. It's tracking right alongside AI activity. These are people who found the answer somewhere else and came straight to the business. Now, I want to go back here because I skipped over something that I think is super crucial. And here's the part that analytics will never capture. And this is important right now for AI, but I truly believe that it's so important for every aspect of your business. So you'll see that this one was logged as Google Business Profile. There was a couple that were direct. There was a lot of issues with some of this tracking stuff, as you already saw. But the customer, right, was calling in, doing all this stuff. The customer said, "Hey, I found you here and here," but only after the business ended up asking that crucial question. "How did you hear about us?" This is why I tell every single client, the most valuable tracking tool you own isn't our dashboards, your analytics, or your ad accounts. It's how did you hear about us? Hey, real quick. If you're a contractor and you feel like your marketing just isn't keeping up with your growth, I want to help. I'm offering a free strategy session where we look at exactly what's holding your leads back and build a plan to fix it. No pitch, just a real conversation. Scan the QR code on the screen right now and grab your spot before they're gone. All right, let's get back to the video. Now, here's why you should actually care about getting this right, beyond just the cleaner reports. AI referred leads aren't just hard to track. They're usually better. And the conversion data is honestly kind of staggering. One broad analysis found AI search traffic converting at 14.2% versus 2.8% with regular organic search. That's a 5x difference. Now, in our previous videos where we've talked a lot about the AI leads that we get month in, month out for our clients, we're seeing 2x Like quotes go out on our average lead, meaning a client sends out a quote based on a lead that comes in about 25% of the time. Now that's almost double when it comes from AI search. Adobe pegged AI referral traffic at converting 4.4 times higher than traditional search. And Seer Interactive, looking at a single business-to-business client, found ChatGPT traffic converting at almost 16%, and Perplexity at 10.5% compared to 1.7% on Google Organic on the exact same site. Now you may be wondering why. It's because of what we already talked about. By the time these people reach you, the AI is effectively vouched for you. They've done their own research and due diligence, they've narrowed it down, and they're not typically shopping anymore if you answer the phone or respond quickly on a contact form. They're verifying a decision they've almost already made. That's a fundamentally different lead than somebody idly clicking an ad. So the cruel irony is this: the leads that are the hardest to see are often the ones that are most ready to buy. Now, let me zoom out for a second, because this connects to something bigger that every business owner needs to understand about 2026 and beyond. We've entered and have been in the zero-click era. In the first few months this year, Google already said that roughly 68% of all searches ended without a single click to a website. Google's AI overviews now show up on more than 20% of searches, and when they do, click-through rates drop by about 60%. Inside Google's full AI mode, something like 93% of all searches end with no click at all. I want you to read that back. The majority of people now get their answer without ever visiting a website. So if your scoreboard is still, how much traffic did we get? You're measuring a game that's shrinking. The clicks that do survive are increasingly people with their mind made up, navigating directly to the business they already chose, which again shows up as direct, Google Business Profile, or something branded. The pattern is everywhere once you know how to look for it. So, what do you actually do about it? Well, there's two things, and the first one costs you absolutely nothing. Ask every single lead where they heard about you, on the phone, in your web forms, in your intake, every single time, no exceptions. This is called self-reported attribution, and marketers have a name for it, the gap it fills: dark social or dark traffic. All the word of mouth and AI and private channel stuff that tools just can't see. One 12-month study by Refine Labs found a 90% gap between what software reports and what the customer actually said when they were asked directly. 90%, that's absolutely insane. Our clients ask this on the phone, we tell them to consistently do it, and we encourage them to say, hey, can we add this to your form? It's the single biggest source of truth that we have, and is it perfect? No, absolutely not. But it does help in this. People remember the last thing or the most memorable thing, not always the first touch, but layered on top of all the analytics and reporting that we provide to our clients, it's the closest thing that we can get to the truth. So when the dashboard says direct and the customer says ChatGPT, of course, the customer isn't lying about that. That's reality. So the second thing is clean up the technical tracking, right? You can control some of this stuff so you can catch as much of the AI traffic as possible. Without getting too in the weeds, set up a dedicated channel in your analytic that watches for AI sources. We do this for our clients like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and Claude. Add tracking tags to any links you can control, and stop trusting last click as gospel, because it gives credit to the final step and ignores the AI conversation that started the whole thing. And this is the honest part most people won't tell you. Even with all of this dialed in, tracking in 2026 is not perfect. It's not going to be. There are people involved that accidentally click an ad or forget where they came from, or something gets messed up. It's still missing a third to half of this traffic. That's not a reason to skip it. It's the reason you combine it with what actually matters by asking people. Machines plus humans. That's how you get the real picture. If you take nothing else away from this, here's your homework. And you can knock most of it out this week. Number one, Add "how did you hear us" to every single web form and make your team ask that on every call. 2, when direct traffic climbs, don't assume it's all brand love. Check whether AI activity is also climbing with it. 3, set up an AI traffic channel in your analytics so you stop dumping it into direct. 4, start treating AI referred leads like high intent buyers that they are, because the data says they're more likely to close. The businesses that win in the next few years aren't the ones with the most traffic, I'm telling you that. They're the ones who understand where their best customers are actually coming from, even when the dashboard refuses or the reporting refuses to tell them. If you found this video useful, this is exactly the kind of thing we obsess over for our clients at Builders of Authority. Making sure you actually know where your business is coming from and getting you in front of people while they're still asking AI. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, watch all of our content so you don't miss the next one. And if you're interested in understanding how all of this can look and work inside of your business, click the link below to book a free discovery call with our team, or go to buildauthority.com and get scheduled that way. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.